What's up, YouTube? It's Monday, January the 3rd. This is breakfast, Jimmy Dean's sausage bowl. And today we are actually getting out of the house. I'm not sure to what end. I've been waiting for like 2 weeks for this car, this BMW to come in. And the fucking spec sheet is just not clear. And it said that it has active driving in it, but active driving does not include adaptive cruise control. I don't know if you've ever owned a car with adaptive cruise control, but it is the greatest technological advancement ever. You can basically set the adaptive cruise control when you get on the highway in like bumper to bumper traffic, and it will drive and steer for you. So I used to work on the west side of DFW, and I had about a 45-minute commute home in bumper to bumper traffic, and I could set the adaptive cruise control, and it would just follow the car in front of me. If the car in front of me came to a stop, the car would come to a stop. When the car started taking off, the car would take off. If you put lane keep on, then it'll even steer and follow. You know, it'll navigate you all the way to your destination. Basically, it is invaluable if you sit in traffic for very long, because you don't have to sit there and ride the gas and the brake. And the vast majority of the cars BMW orders don't have this $500 option. I cannot understand for the fucking life of me why that is. Car prices are so crazy right now that you don't really get any deals when you buy from a dealership, because they sell out. I've been waiting like 2 weeks for this car to come in. So now the decision is between buying a car that doesn't really have all the features that I want, or waiting potentially until September for a car that I order to be delivered. It's just today's been a total fucking disaster. I had my interview last week. The first interview went really great. They said that I'd probably hear something in a couple of days. 15 minutes later, the recruiter called, said, "We'd like to go ahead and schedule you for your final interview tomorrow." I had the final interview the very next day. They were supposed to extend an offer the same week. And again, like, everything in this interview went so fucking good, and then just total ghost. I sent an email, or I sent a text message to one of the guys that I interviewed with, who was just, he was talking about what clothes I was going to wear to work. Like, he and I would be working closely together. And then I get just no response. So I contact the recruiter and him saying, "Hey, can you give me a clue as to what's going on? Like, why didn't I get an offer? Why did you feel I wasn't qualified after 2 perfectly good interviews?" So clearly, and nothing. They're not even responding, which is also atypical in a hiring process. Like, you at least could give me some fucking feedback as to why you decided to go a different direction, which means that I'm not successfully hiding all of my social media accounts, and it continues to cost me jobs. So I'm about to have a very fucking big decision to make. And honestly, I'm so fucking pissed off this process. I just want to double and triple and quadruple down on all of the fucking shit that seems to piss everybody off. Start making real OnlyFans content, start fucking doing lives, just completely pour myself into social media and coaching, because these motherfuckers, these bitch ass motherfuckers, and the way their hiring process works, it further shows me I have no business in that world ever again to begin with. So when we get down to BMW, I'll shoot some more video and show you guys what this car looks like. This is the car that I've been waiting on. I was basically 100% done on this car until I found out that it didn't have active cruise control. The thing that I'm finding out is that basically none of these cars that have been ordered from any dealership in my area have active cruise control on them. And I'm gonna have to wait months to custom build one to get it. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to decide how important that really is, because this looks pretty fucking cool. The thing is that this car comes in mineral white metallic instead of the Alpine. The mineral white is an upgraded paint, but as you can see, like on my camera screen, it has like a yellow hue to it on my screen. It does not have that yellow hue in the very overcast light. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by how white it looks, because there's been some back and forth in my research as to exactly what shade of white the metallic white actually is. But I'm kind of liking the blacked out wheels and body trim, dark windows. It does look pretty mean. I was pretty bummed out, honestly, on the way down here because I really don't want to wait all of these months for adaptive cruise control and have to order a car. Seeing this in person definitely gives me a better feel, so we'll see how it goes. Well, I mean, I really want adaptive cruise control in this car, but, well, I'll give you a listen in a second. It is very, very quick. Holy fuck. The steering is tight, super tight. That was in Sport Plus. Let's see how it handles in this turn. It's just, this car has X-Drive. It's the M240i. It makes 405 horses at the crank. The published stats are 0 to 60 in 4.1, but everybody who's dragged it has gotten 3.8, I think. 3.6, 3.8. It's got all when they built this car, they put every conceivable upgrade in it. You can see the M lights in which will obviously be way cooler. I mean, like when I was at 35 and I just touched the gas and the torque is just instantaneous. The second you lean on the throttle, it's right there. There's no hesitation, no turbo lag. I'm used to riding up high in an F250 that does 0 to 60 in 14 years, I think is how long it takes to get there. Hold on. 60, 70, 80, 87. Let's test the brakes. Ooh, brakes feel a little soft, honestly. That was one of the complaints about this car when they put it on the Nürburgring, was that the brakes are soft. Is that a cop? Is that the brakes are soft. So I'm right now in Sport Plus, which is not where I would typically drive this car, because it will drink gasoline. So let's go into Sport Individual, configure for sport damping, sport steering, drivetrain in Sport, transmission in Sport, not Sport Plus, because that Sport Plus transmission will definitely suck down gasoline. So you can hear that the car sounds really good on the inside. I think that is audio being piped inside. I don't know if that's really coming from the hood. Where did he tell us to go to? University? Yes. This has, you know, the full M Sport package with the M Sport differential, adaptive suspension. I mean, it's literally got everything except adaptive cruise control. And when that changes gears and that little blurble back there, ugh, the steering is just so tight. When people talk about the BMW and how there's no steering feedback and it's numb, obviously I've never driven old school driver's cars. You know, I guess what they're looking for is like vibration in the steering wheel. What I give a shit about is that the second that I touch the steering wheel, the car immediately responds to my input, because I like to drive like a fucking maniac and weave through traffic. And as it downshifts, it sounds amazing. Look at this dash. So I've got settings for, you've got all of these screens that you can scroll through. Let's see what my BMW tells us. Gives us torque, horsepower, 304 pounds of torque right there when I just touched it. I don't think I'm going to be able to get anybody to open up and let me go. I should get on the toll road. Is there a highway right here? I should probably go up Northwest Highway and start heading back. The thing that's so amazing is that this car is sitting on the ground, and yet it just gobbles up. The suspension in these cars is phenomenal. We drove over here in the F250 and it just beats your fucking back to death. It's a miserable, miserable ride. And then you've got this car that is sitting 6 inches off the ground And the ride, even with the sport damping on, which should make it firmer, just feels so good. I'm gonna see if I can get the rear end to come loose. This is X drive, so what I've read is that the rear end will come loose a slight bit. It did not, but it ripped out of that. Oh my god. Oh my god, I love this fucking car. I mean, it feels like an electric. This B58 engine in these cars, and I think it's the ZM or ZT transmission, the power is just instantaneous. One of the things I did not like about my M340i, see, it's got that lane keep. One of the things I did not like about my M340i, and this is actually the perfect time of the year to be testing this because it's already like fucking 95 degrees and humid as shit, is off the line in my M340i, there was some hesitation. So I would bury the throttle and it would kind of, it wouldn't just go. And I didn't like that hesitation at all. So I need to get a nav up here to get back to where we're going.
Right on Inwood.
Right on Inwood?
Yes.
It's unfortunately not telling me what my fuel economy is on the screen because it's probably terrible. Let's see if I can find. Will Midway get us back?
Turn right at the traffic light onto Midway Road.
Yeah, Midway will take us back. So I have my foot off of the brake. This has auto park feature, which is really nice. So if you're sitting at a stoplight, you don't have to keep your foot on the brake pedal. This, I believe, is supposed to have a feature where, so I can see in real time what my camera point looks like. I don't know if I can cycle through cameras. This is supposed to have a feature where I believe that you can one button press and the car will back out of a parking space. I don't know that that's true. But I haven't bothered to try paddle shift it. I don't usually do that, honestly. There's so much power in these cars that I don't really see the need for the paddle shifter. And a couple of times when I used it on my M340i,
expected drive time is 8 minutes.
so let's see. I mean, it's in this turn at 50 miles an hour and at 35, and it feels like I could have done it at 100. So this road is obviously not going to be ideal. So let's test out the suspension. Some people complain that a sports car as a daily driver beats your back up. They clearly have never driven an F250 because this feels light years better than anything that truck was able to do. So, what are your thoughts?
It's badass. I don't want to ride with you though.
Is it worth,
It's up to you. I want you to have the car that you want. So, if the adaptive cruise or active cruise control or whatever it's called is an issue, then it's not.
The thing that sucks dick so badly, I mean, they're not putting it in any of these cars. It's not, I can't retrofit it.
Really?
I'm probably not going to be in an equitable position. Well, I'll be in a really equitable position. So if I wanted to trade it in, in a couple of years or something, it's not like that couldn't be done. But it is frustrating taking delivery of a car that doesn't have everything you want in it. The reality is that I didn't spend, I spent a relatively small amount of time using the active cruise control. And there are plenty of ways of getting around it, but it is really nice to have in traffic. The auto hold feature makes up to it for it to some degree, but what no shoes means.
That too. It's like, is that a song? I don't
100 feet, bear left onto Lemon Avenue.
So we're almost back. I would really like, okay. I would really like to get a
Bear
dead,
left at the
dead
traffic
stop.
light onto Lemon Avenue.
Oh my God, this guy's gonna take all day to make this turn, and so I'm gonna go around him. Instantaneous fucking launch. It holds revs because it's just waiting for you to get back on it. Here we go. So we'll see what it feels like coming off the line.
Feels like a panic attack to me.
Why?
It's so speedy and scary. I don't understand your need for speed.
Daddy likes to go fast.
This does feel substantially, I mean, it's a small car. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
feel that. So, like, look at Allie, though. She's laying down in the back seat. So she's completely golden.
Look at her face.
Is your seat completely back to a comfortable position?
It's back far enough to be comfortable.
I'll
It's,
take these with me.
it's not all the way back.
But, I mean, you've got miles back there. Okay, here we go. That's 60 miles an hour already.
In a quarter of a mile, bear left toward Lemon Avenue.
And the squeal is Allie, not the car.
Yeah. Some little burbles from the fucking exhaust.
Bear left
It
toward
feels
Lemon
like,
Avenue.
it absolutely feels like you're riding on rails. So this is a little bit of a tighter turn, and I'm gonna get on it a little bit through the turn. You can see the handling.
Not totally.
I mean, it's every single thing I want, with the exception of the elephant in the room. So the question I have to ultimately decide is, I'm buying this car to drive it. There is going to be the undeniable, unfortunate situation where you're stuck in traffic. The other thing that I really don't like is this car does not have lumbar support. And that was a major factor in my my previous car, because you sink into the seat, and I like something to push my lower back straight, and I'm not experiencing the fatigue yet, but I am more than a little concerned that I will. I'm not sure how I feel about these Sensitech seats.
I think they feel right.
They don't feel like, they feel kind of rubbery and plasticky.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely don't feel like leather.
They're not leather.
You know,
I think they feel good.
um,
They feel like they don't feel like it's a really humid day, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sweaty, but I'm not sticking to it.
so
You know what I mean?
the way they've got this little diamond in here is really cool, and then they've got it here, and then if you see the diamond inlay in the door, that little detail, the little dimples.
Oh, yeah.
I don't love this anthracite piece right here, which actually looks like it needs to be cleaned massively. But they say that it shows like fingerprints and scratches
In a
less
quarter
than
of
the
a
black.
mile, if possible, make a legal U-turn.
Illegal U-turn. It would be really annoying to buy a $57,000 car and have to put a pillow behind your back to drive it. Like, I can already feel the lack of lumbar support, and I don't know if that can be achieved by tilting this back some. But that was one I really, I don't know if you remember, when I first got that car, I complained about how uncomfortable the seat
Yes.
was. That was the one thing I did not like about my previous BMW. Come on. So let's put it in drive.
If possible, make a legal U-turn.
Sure, baby.
Well, where my legs go down, it kind of feels like butter. It's really soft. I like that. But what I do not like, this, how fast this car can go, it feels like a nightmare in a car.
Feels like a nightmare in a car.
Yes.
A little scary.
If possible, make a legal U-turn and then immediately turn right. In 300 feet, turn right onto Lemon Avenue. Turn right onto Lemon Avenue. Turn right onto Lemon Avenue and then immediately, if possible, make a legal U-turn. Please follow the directional info on the display and then immediately turn left. Turn right at the end of the road and then immediately turn left. Turn left at the end of the road and then immediately
Oh,
turn
hush,
left.
for fuck's sake.
Turn left at
So,
the end of the road and then
shut
immediately
up!
turn left.
I won't be using that very much. So there's the demo of the car. Now I have the decision to make. I'm afraid that I'm gonna make a bad decision because I really, really like, obviously, the form and functionality of it. But my back is already not feeling the fucking lack of lumbar support. I don't know. That's also something that doesn't come standard on the vast majority of these. So I'll check back with you. So this is what we're sitting here with. This gentleman has been kind enough to find me 3 cars with everything that I want on them that are 2 to 3 weeks out or maybe end of month. So now we're down to a decision of black sapphire metallic, alpine white, or mineral white metallic with more or less the same features: active cruise control, lumbar support for my old man back, all of the other bells and whistles. So this is what we're deciding on. Well, you may notice that I'm not driving the M240i that we just looked at. I ended up loving everything there was about the car, its function, but knowing that it didn't have the lumbar support for my old man back, which in my BMW M240i, that was like a major problem. The seats in that car were really uncomfortable. I don't know what it is about lumbar support, but it really made a difference. And I could feel my back just not feeling that seat to begin with. And then when active cruise control is a $500 option that I can't get, it's just, I knew I was going to regret it. So luckily, we went and sat down at his desk, and he looked at all of the other dealerships that he has access to, and basically found the same identical car, mineral white paint, the black wheels, everything that was on the one that I just drove and really liked, plus lumbar support, active cruise control, the M light, the illuminated M trim, basically everything. It's exactly the car that I wanted. They also had one in black, but my experience is that black is just, it was so much easier to keep my white car clean. The black, the second you touch it, or God forbid you go to a car wash and can't dry it and it's covered in white spots, I just kind of felt that the black with the white contrast looked kind of mean. It looked kind of custom. You know, you buy a black car with chrome wheels, looks like every other BMW that rolled off the lot. This one feels like it looks, a little bit sportier, even though it's still a stock car. So I put a deposit down. It's currently completing production, and he said end of the month, but I'm guessing it's probably gonna be 45 days out. So back to holding pattern. But at least at the end of the day, if I make it that long and don't find something else or change my mind, then I'll be getting exactly what I want, and won't be driving a car for the foreseeable future that I regret, not having the right features on. I know to some of you that probably sounds really fucking snobbish and cunty, but I mean, it's a fucking BMW. It's not a cheap car. Like, it's not a throwaway car. I'm gonna have this for a while. I plan on tuning it and playing with it, and so I want to make sure that, if I'm gonna spend a bunch of money a month for for a car that I get exactly what I want. I mean, that's the only thing that really makes sense. They did have an M4 competition in there that I was getting ready to make a really bad decision on, but given the fact that interest rates on cars right now are 6.29, when I bought this truck, I like to fucking vomited when they told me it was 5 or 5.5%. When we bought our previous BMWs, which has been 4 years ago now, we paid 1.29%. So, Bidenomics, all you guys that think that, you know, couldn't handle the mean tweets, now you pay 6.29% for a fucking car. That's what you get for all the handouts that I don't get to take advantage of anyway. So, anyway, there you have it. We actually got out of the house for once. I'm excited to see the video that she shot from the inside of that car and see how it sounds, because it's pretty badass. I really enjoy driving that. So maybe we'll check back in later if we do something else exciting. I'm getting hungry. Is it gonna be dinner out? Oh, we have to get Paul, don't we?
Or she can take him home. It's either one.
We'll figure it out.
it out.
We'll check in later.
Well, there you have it for the day at BMW. I'm pretty excited about the potential arrival of that car. We talked to the guy some more at the end. Toward the end, my wife went and looked at 330i's, and given the fact that one of the things that was holding us up with this truck is because the job that I was looking at included a lot of travel around the state of Texas, and we were thinking we might do it as a family and keep our trailer in our truck. Now that is apparently completely off the table, since they don't even have the fucking common decency to respond to a text message or email. I'm telling you, man, I wonder what the fuck people are finding out about me that makes them just go from being like the nicest, warmest, we're so excited about you, your resume is perfect, your work history is perfect, you know, like, if you have any questions, here's our personal number, reach out in the meantime, we're going to be in touch with you soon, and then fucking crickets. Like, what could they be finding out that would cause that level of just disconnect? Clearly they're bitch motherfuckers, because whatever they found out, you would think if you had even the tiniest dick on earth, like this guy that I fucking Willie that I interviewed with, I messaged the guy. I was like, Willie, what the fuck? You know, like, I didn't say it like that. I was like a professional, but I was like, Willie, like, we had a really good interview. You're telling me what I'm gonna wear to work, and then ghosted. Like, at least tell me what it is that caused the problem. I'm trying to get somebody to give me some data, you know? Tell me you fucking found my OnlyFans, or tell me you found, you know, my YouTube channel, and you don't like the fact that I'm a homicidal maniac on trend. Like, just tell me something. You know, don't be a total beta cuck bitch and hide like a fucking cowardly fag and not admit whatever the fuck it was the reason that you went from basically, you know, throwing yourself at me to you won't even respond to a contact. I just can't fathom that level of punk ass behavior. And that's what I've gotten time and time again. I mean, this has been multiple times where I went on an interview and the guy was like, I have literally thrown away every other resume. You're the only qualified person. Crickets. Like, it's got to be my social media. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I'm that kind of person where when I feel that the world around me is trying to force my hand, it makes me want to just double down and go even harder and say, fuck you. Because if I cave so that I can go get some job where I have to fake who I am, then I'm just going to fucking despise the face that I see in the mirror every single day. If I can find some way to parlay, you know, my honest personality with my YouTube channel, my social media, my coaching, whatever, like, if I can turn this into a productive living, that is the biggest fuck you to the establishment. Like, fuck you. I was the most qualified person by your own admission. You were throwing away every other resume, and you wouldn't let me go earn money for your company because of your fucking PC bullshit. Like, these people deserve to go out of business. These businesses deserve to fucking fail. They will hire libtard fucking trannies with multicolored hair and piercings all on their face. But some dude with confidence and aggression and ego on a little bit of fucking steroids, and it's like red flags fucking galore. Because every one of these major corporations has bent over and they take it up the fucking ass on a daily fucking basis. And I would love nothing more than to have a hand in burning this entire fucking economy to the ground. I've said that, but I said that in my my live the other day. Like, this country is fucking doomed after what happened with Trump's conviction. There's a 0% chance he's going to get elected at this point. We're going to get four more years of the absolute fucking retarded mental midget that's been in office all this time, and I just can't wait for anarchy to ensue. It's coming. There's no doubt about it, and I cannot wait to turn predator against prey in real time in this country. That shit is around the corner. So we're gonna make some decisions. I think we're gonna trade the truck in, and my wife is gonna order a 330i, and we'll be BMW'd up, and then we're gonna have to start. I think we're gonna have to start doing something fucking wild around here. Like, I've got some ideas. We'll just see how it goes. But certain accounts that I have online may be getting ready to fucking pop off, because I am not. The place I'm at right now, I'd rather end up homeless than to bend over and take it up the ass to some fucking low life cock sucking corporation. So there you have it. As always, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.